Okay, in this video I want to go over Powerline Ethernet, and in this I'm going to show examples of what's available on Amazon. Now, full disclosure here, yes, I am a member of Amazon Associates, so if you click the links in my description and in the pinned comment that I'm going to put in this video, I do get a very small commission if you click the link, but these prices that you see here will not. It's no added cost to you. So I'm going to make two recommendations on Powerline, and okay, first of all, let me explain what Powerline is. So Powerline lets two of these adapters right here talk to one another through the electrical outlets. So you can see right here, this goes directly into a wall socket, wall outlet, not a power strip, unless you buy a special power strip that is certified for home plug, and usually there'll be one of those in the power strip. But that's not very common. You typically plug these directly into the wall, and basically you're going to see at least one Ethernet adapter on the bottom, and you're going to plug one of these into the wall close to your router, and then these all should come with Ethernet cords. You have about a 6-foot Ethernet cord that you plug from the Ethernet port from there to your router, and then you plug the second one in to whatever you're trying to connect to your router, whether that would be I'm making this video mostly for you guys who are gamers. So let's say your Xbox or PlayStation, you can plug that in to your router. Okay, I'm sorry, to your PlayStation. You have this one, in my example, was plugged into your router. So this one Ethernets to your PlayStation, to your Xbox, to your Nintendo. You can do a computer, a laptop. You can also do a Roku, anything that's got an Ethernet jack. And yes, you could do a phone as well. Now, if you want to plug a phone into one of those, you'd have to buy an additional hardware, which is this right here. You'd have to get the iPhone Ethernet adapter. Okay, so now I'm going to make two recommendations on a budget, and I think that this should be plenty fast enough, really, for majority of you guys. $39.99, I think that's a pretty good deal. When you factor in that again, you have to plug these in directly to an outlet, so that might take up that outlet because some have the angled brackets, and these big adapters are not going to get out of the angled bracket's not going to get out of the way, or however you will look at it. This isn't going to get out of the way. So you plug in your power strip into here, and then you can make it work. Now, this would be my this would be my recommendation on a budget, 500 megs a second. So to compare it to Ethernet speeds, you actually would divide by 2. So it'd be 250, because Ethernet's always rated to half duplex. So if you want to you can also get the faster one, but you lose your power outlet on this one. So I recommend this one on a budget. And then if you want to purchase additional ones, you can just go on to the single adapter, but make sure you buy the starter kit first. Okay, and you can even buy 2 starter kits and get 4. But me personally, I only put one device on the Powerline network. Okay, and then if you want a more future-proof connection, I would recommend the Zyxel one. This one's comparable to your gig Ethernet. So most modern day computers going back the last 10 years, or at least the last 8 years, almost all have gig Ethernet. So this would allow your Ethernet card in the computer and the PlayStation or whatever to run at maximum speed, but your internet speed has to also get faster as well. But like, for example, if you have something downloaded on your PlayStation and you want to go stream it to a computer or something like that, this would give you the maximum performance available. But again, if you're using it over the internet, then you're just bound to your internet speed anyway. So I guess you can, like I said, you can look at this for future proofing. Okay, so now this. Let me just extend this a little bit further. There is also a standard called Mocha. Now, what Mocha does is this is the same concept that I showed you over the electrical outlets. It uses the coax lines in your house rather than your actual electrical wall sockets. But yes, it does have to get power though from the electrical wall socket. But basically, you can see there's one Ethernet jack. Some of them might have multiple ones, like you saw some of the power lines do. But majority of them, like this one, have two coax connections. So if we, let's see, we can't really blow this up. Okay, so this says, let me look at this, coax in. Okay, so this would actually plug into the wall. You screw it in. This would plug into either the TV or the cable or the set-top box that you have. And you can see the network, you can see the Ethernet logo, the network icon right there too as well. Yeah, so this one will go to the TV or the set-top box. So what that basically does is when you hook this up to a coax wall outlet, it doesn't take up that jack. And then this just plugs into the Ethernet jack on, say, your set-top box or your game console, things like that. The one thing I should warn you on is this DirecTV, all the satellite providers, DirecTV, Dish, and your cable company, if it's a newer installation, it will likely already have a device similar to this, because what they do is they network the devices, especially if you have a DVR, and the way those DVRs can talk to one another, the way you have a whole home DVR, is by using this technology here. So if you're buying third-party ones on the aftermarket products, you want to make sure that you don't already have devices like this installed from your TV provider, because they would just interfere with the ones you already have. Now, if you have an antenna, for example, if you live in a house that has let's say an attic antenna or roof antenna, and you ran two jacks, if you ran one upstairs, one downstairs, or to two different rooms or whatever, then you can probably make this work over your antenna coax lines. But if you use it over your cable and satellite, you want to be a little careful. You want to do a little bit of research. But this works excellent. Actually, the performance is actually a little bit better than what you get over the power line. But again, there's that. Okay, now there is another standard, believe it or not. I don't know even if they sell these anymore. Yeah, but you saw how I typed that in, home PNA. Looks like they're pretty much gone. But you might be able to find those on eBay still. But basically, it takes the same concept over your phone line. But those only go up to 10 megs a second, and they are very, very hard to find. Okay, so I hope that helps. Let's see. Oh yeah, and I'll have links to the description in the comments, in the pinned comment. If you click on those links and buy one of these, it helps support the channel. Even if you don't buy the exact product that I recommend, it still helps support the channel. It gives me a small commission, and again, at no additional cost to you. Give me a like and subscribe. Alright, thanks for watching, everybody.